So listen, I got up today and I was like, I'm going to do some things differently today. I don't know exactly what they are, but I'm going to do them. And lo and behold, here I am. I am doing house chores cuz Monday is my more low key day when it comes to my business. Um I'm supposed to, work on any documents or anything that I have or banking things, stuff like that, but it's more of a low key day for my start of the week. So I was like, well, today, you know what? I feel as though I cannot focus and function because I got laundry in the back room and I really, really, really want to sweep and mop. So I said, you know what, God? I'm just gonna go do that and so I can get clear. So I can get clear. Because I'm one of those people where if my environment is not together, it starts to affect me. As much as I try to ignore it, it does. So here we are. So I'm over here having a conversation too with myself. Well, not honestly, not with myself. Of course I'm talking to God, but um asking myself and God questions. And I was like, you know what? Instead of just having this conversation in my head, let's just record it and have it documented. Because you know what? There might be other people that might you know, want to hear the conversations that I have that I have by myself with me and God, or it might be something that somebody may, get something from. Somebody might be wondering the same thing. Um, so my thoughts for today. I was thinking about how, and I actually I've been saying this lately. Then I heard somebody else say it, and I was like, okay, I really need to pay attention to this because you thought about you've been saying that to yourself before, but then when you hear it from somebody else, you're like, okay, somebody just came and kind of confirmed what your thought process was on something. And so go with it. So I'm going with it. So the thoughts that I had was is that it's so easy for us to say I'm also cooking another meal that I thought of a recipe that I saw. I was like, oh, that's a good idea, let me go ahead and jump on that while I'm thinking about it, why everything I read is fresh in my mind so I can go and knock this out. And because I got a busy week this week after tonight. You know what, so tonight I have a um it's pretty cool. I was asked to be part of a author roundtable interview on YouTube. So I'm doing that today. Today is, if you happen to listen to this, and the date of me recording this is February 6th of 2023. And so I was like, well, hey, I got a lot to do after tonight and the rest of the week. So let me go ahead and knock out some meals for this week. So I want to make sure my boo thing, my husband is good, and I'm good, and I don't have to worry about stopping and having to cook something. So I cooked a bunch of stuff yesterday, but I saw this other recipe. I'm like, ooh, I could add that to the stuff I have in the refrigerator for this week. So that's another meal that'll be covered. So here I am. So I'm multitasking. But back to the conversation I was having within myself and with God. So the conversation I was having, I was like, well, look, God, I've been trying to actively stop saying I feel some type of way. And instead of saying I feel some type of way, I'm trying to actively name the emotion of what I'm feeling, whether it's confusion, whether it's anger, whether it's joy, happiness, whether I'm excited. Like, I'm really trying to be cautious and aware of naming my emotions. And I'm like, God, I just want people to feel again. That's what I truly want. Like, everything that I do, how I operate, even when it comes to my candle company, my business, my candles, I want to spark emotion. I want people to be able to feel nostalgia. I want people to be able to feel excitement and connect with not only the scent but the story with the scent. I want people to feel again. because we've been so numb these last few years, especially with y'all, we done went through a whole pandemic. We went through a whole pandemic, right? And that is traumatic on all of us. And it's traumatic on us whether we want to agree with that or not. And it's even traumatic on our bodies, on our mental things we don't even know. For 2 straight years, we was going hard on just surviving and making sure we don't get sick. And if we got sick, we're focusing on surviving and making sure we don't pass it on to anybody else. It was so much on everybody. And me, the way I cope in difficult situations is I laugh at things, and now I'm by no means do I mean that I laughed at losing people. I didn't laugh at anything in that way at all. But for me, I try to be lighthearted. I try to find things that I can laugh at. Y'all, the stores done sold out of toilet paper. What we fighting over toilet paper for? People out here acting like we ain't got shower. First of all, who said that this sickness, this thing, would cause us to need more toilet paper in the house? Who said that? I need to know. I need to know the documented proof of who was the person that said, this thing is gonna cause you that you're gonna need toilet paper because you don't know how your behind is gonna react. So you want to make sure that you have enough on hand. Like, who said that? I need to know. I need to know. It just came out of nowhere and everybody just started buying up toilet paper like it was crazy. That's funny, okay? That was funny because even at the end of the day, just okay, listen, everybody settle down. Because did we forget that we actually have showers you can get into to wash your behind? Did we forget? Did we forget you can wash up? Did you forget about a bath? I don't know. Somebody, I don't know. These are the things I think about. I'm just putting it out there. So those are the type of things that I'm over here laughing at. Like, what? What is really going on? I mean, I was laughing at myself that I was looking like a dude for a good month straight, where I wasn't putting on no real clothes. I was putting on sweats and a hat. And I don't know if anybody else has watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the episode where Will's father came back in town. He's a truck driver, and Will was ready to go with him on the road, and he came back to the house and he had on that gray sweatshirt with the hat, with the beanie cap. That's how I was looking. That is how I was looking. If I so happen to be able to find a picture of that and insert that into this audio, however I use this audio, I'm gonna put it up there. But that's how your girl was looking for a month straight. And I'm like, okay, listen, you don't even do this. I'm not even a sweats person. But when it came down to the pandemic, I became a sweats lover. Okay. And now it got a hold on me and I'm trying to let it go. So y'all pray for me because I'm trying to let it go and get back to the me that I know that I just like to genuinely go out and dress in. People used to think that when I put on clothes, it was regular for me, that they thought I was dressed up. I wasn't dressed up. That's just regular for me. So I need to get back to that, but even more so a new improved me. But anywho, that's the stuff that I was laughing at, right? So I'm just like, we really suppressed a lot of our emotions, and we went numb to survive, and we've been on survival mode. But it's time to get back to feeling again. It's time to get back to being human. It's time to get back to articulating how you feel. It's time to stop holding in our emotions and operating off survival mode. Because at the end of the day, it won't always be like this. And back then, I was saying, okay, God, it won't always be like this. And now that we're on another level of it won't be like this. Now, okay, us feeling numb won't always be like this, but we have to be willing to let our walls down in order to know that we're okay, we're safe to feel again. And so, as I said, my candle company, Pure Chemistry, and my candles, I try to ensure that I I don't just be okay. Let me just be real. I don't just be out here picking fragrance oils to put in my candles and just to shove in people's faces. That's not what I do. And I think I'm understanding now that that is partially, that's not fully, that's partially one of the reasons that it took me a long time. It took me a long time to get to a point of where I was actually producing a candle to put out. It took me a long time to actually find a candle vessel, aka a candle container, a candle jar that I actually loved enough to put my brand name on. It took me a long time to actually figure out what type of wick I am to use. It took me a long time to figure out the type of wax, y'all. And it's so many different waxes out there compared to when I started doing my research back in 2020. We now in 2023. It's been at least a good 4 or 5 new waxes to my knowledge now. It could be more, but to my knowledge, it's been about a good four new candle wax types that's done came out. And so I'm like, well, man, what is really going on? But you have to go through the process of learning and dissecting all that stuff, excuse me, so you can figure out what the proper things are that's going to work out for you. So I finally got the things that's going to work out for me. I finally know um how I want the feel of it to be. And so when I go through and I look through all the different websites for candle fragrances, it's so many of them. The main ones that I use, of course, is Candle Science. Listen, my business is called Pure Chemistry. I am a science girl. Of course, Candle Science was my first go-to. I also use Virginia Candle Supply. I also use Maple Street candles. And I could be, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing these names, because I don't remember them completely outright, but I know I use them. Just Scent. I use Just Scent. I use Nature's Garden, which I believe they are located here in the Midwest. Um, Flaming Candle, Flaming Candle Company. Makesy, which Makesy just changed their name from the Wooden Candle Company to Makesy. So I use a lot of different companies, a lot of different companies. Um, and rightfully so. All the different companies, they offer so many different things. So I just want to make sure I got the right thing that I'm looking for. But I take into consideration what it is I'm trying to, what type of emotion I'm trying to invoke. I'm out here making up words now. I know one of them is a word though. I know one of them is a word, but I'm being cautious about what type of emotion I want to invoke. And so I don't just pick anything and be like, "Ooh." A lot of times I don't go to the bestseller list. I actually look at that last, and I actually didn't realize that I looked at that last until now. But I look at the bestseller list last because I'm not in business to be like, oh, I'm only making these to make money. That's not why Kim is out here doing what she's doing. Again, like I said, I'm out here because I have a heart for people and I want people to be able to feel something. I want them to get an experience when they smell my fragrances. I want them to get an experience of them feeling again, and maybe the candle or the wax melts or whatever, or even the content that I put out breaks through that barrier of numbness where they're so used to not feeling anything and all this stuff is backed up, to now being able to say, oh my gosh, I'm able to, I experience joy when I look at this. I laugh when I hear Kim laugh, and it does something to my whole body to where I feel like I'm being awakened again. You know, oh man, I'm using her press pause candle, and it makes me want to stop and take a breath and breathe. That's what I want to do. Like, that's the goal. And at the end of the day, it's not even experiencing me. It's experiencing God, and it's experiencing God, the God that's within me, that directed me to create the things that I create. Because sometimes God be talking to me all the time, and I have 50 million ideas, and it's a lot of times the ideas aren't even for me. But sometimes when I come up with when I have the stuff that I get, I'm like, where did that come from? Oh, that was God. Okay, I see you, God. You out here doing these things like you said you was gonna do. Okay, that's what I want, though. That's truly where my heart is. I just want to be able to. I want people to be affected in a positive way, and ultimately, I want you to be healed from numbness. I want you to be healed from being blank. I want your heart to be healed, to be open to receive, so you know who you are. You understand who you are. You can see who you are, and to be a light amongst the darkness. That's what I want. So it also made me think about, the first candle that I actually have available, um, that I put on my website, and it's called the Sweetest Thing. And yeah, it's just in time for Valentine's Day, right? But when I think about the sweetest thing, it makes me think about the little things. The little things in life that makes me go, see, this is why. This is why you live. It's the little things, the sweet things, right? The sweet little moments that just make you want to stop and smile and be like, yeah, that hit me in my heart. I feel that small, warm, fuzzy feeling, even if it's only for 7 seconds, that makes things make sense, right? And so it's a little bit of sweet with a hint of floral and the musky woodness, and you combine all that together, and it's just a refreshing. This is why. This is why. So the sweet things that I think about is, even right now, one thing I love is I love to open the windows. I love natural lighting. I absolutely love natural lighting. That was one of the things that I told my husband. Listen, we get a house, we have to have some major windows or a bay window. I love bay windows, and we have a bay window in our living room. And so I love to go around and open all the windows so the sun can come in and shine. And today the sun is shining beautifully. And the one of the sweet things I could tell you right now, my dog, the sun is shining in a specific spot in the living room, and he's sunbathing in the area right now. That's sweet to me. It just shows like even even animals enjoy, God's natural light. And he just sunbathing, and he just chilling. He's just watching me walk back and forth, going between cooking and finishing the laundry. I know he's gonna take off in a minute when I go back and get the mop, because whenever he hears the water running, he thinks I'm gonna give him a bath. But that is sweet to me. Another sweet thing is, back when I used to work third shift, my husband used to work first, and when I would come home, he would leave the the um the blankets folded back for me. So all I have to do is crawl into bed. I didn't have to, and it sounds so small, but that showed that, yo, my man thought about me enough to be like, listen, this is just one less thing that she got to do. I'm gonna go ahead and leave these covers um folded back, so all she got to do is hop in the bed and pull them over her and go ahead and knock out. That's sweet to me. That's sweet to me. A thing that I do for my husband is he said that he loves it is now we're on different schedules. So when he works third shift, I make it a point to get his bath towel and his face towel out for his shower for when he gets out of work in the morning. And I set it up to where he doesn't have to worry about walking across, through the kitchen, through the living room to the hall closet to get a towel to go to the bathroom to take a shower. I put it right in there where he can find it as one less thing he has to do. So he can come in the door, take his clothes off and throw them in the laundry and go ahead and grab his things and jump in the shower right there. Sweet things. It doesn't take much to do it. It's just those little things that take minimal effort, and that is like, man, that's the moment that I knew somebody was thinking about me. And it's super small, it's effortless. But that sweet thing that makes you go, that's why. That is why. So I don't know. Like I said, I just thought, well, maybe I just record the conversation that I'm having by myself, along with God. And maybe, maybe somebody, would get something from that or needed to hear that. But that's the type of things that just be going on with me throughout my day. And as I'm switching up my routine and doing new things during the week to get prepared for the new that we're going to walk into, that was one of the thoughts that hit me. So I just want to, I hope and pray that through the works of my hands and what God has blessed me to do, that I can truly, my heart's desire is to truly help people feel again and to know that you give yourself permission. It's okay. It's okay to feel again. It's okay to experience those sweet things, those little moments where it's just like, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And this is why I do what I need to do. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to this audio. We'll see what happens. But I thought I would share that. So, I didn't even say who I was or anything like that. So let me go ahead and throw that in there. Hey, what's up? My name is Kim, also known as the Joy Chemist. I am the CEO and founder of Pure Chemistry. I am a candle company where we are the missing element to your aromatic experience. I am an author. I am a wife. I was about to say I'm a mother, soon to be mother. But for right now, I'm a dog mom, um, sister, friend, speaker, MC, co-host, and somebody that genuinely loves God. I am his favorite. Fight me. I don't care. I know what he told me. And somebody that just loves to laugh. Laughing is my favorite. So that's who I am. I don't know. We'll see like I said, we'll see what happens with this audio. But I just went right into it and didn't even say who I was. I don't know. That's just how it be sometimes. One day I'm going to get it right. One day I'm going to get it right. But until then, listen, I hope you enjoyed whatever this was, this preliminary, what have you. But I don't know. I don't know. I just felt like I needed to get that out. All right. So listen, if you can relate to anything that was discussed, if you have any input on what I said, drop it in the comments below or wherever, once again, wherever this ends up. If you made it this far into this recording, thank you. I see you. Thank you for rocking out with me. I appreciate you. I love you. Listen, I'm done cooking, so I need to go back to get the laundry so then I can come on in here and mop this floor. So until next time, if I do this again, I'm probably gonna do this again. I know I am, because why not? Why not? Why not have the conversations out loud instead of having them in my head, right? I love y'all. Until next time. Bye.